some basics of expenses and losses and incomes and gains, and we just had gone through some format of profit and loss, trading and profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Let me share the screen. So yesterday we were doing some concepts of a profit and loss trading account, and I'll just recall in a short all the things which we discussed yesterday. We discussed the few terms of assets and liabilities, non-current assets and non-current liabilities yesterday, which are the long-term assets and liabilities, and for example, plant machinery and land, building, furniture. And in the liability side, non-current liabilities are mainly consist of bank loans, long-term for more than 1 year, and debentures. I discussed few points about debentures yesterday. So we will discuss these terms regularly between the topics. So I'll continue with the more things which we discussed yesterday. We also discussed trading and profit and loss account, where when we were I was teaching you about all the expenses and losses. So trading account and profit and loss account are two accounts which are merged. We can merge these two accounts, and we can prepare it separately also, because one account consists of, the first account is a trading account. Trading account has all the expenses in the left hand side, and left hand side is called, in any account, any ledger account, left hand side is the debit side and right hand side is the credit side. And according to the accounting rules, in debit side we record all the expenses and losses. So in this account we are recording only direct expenses. Suppose we are running a factory or producing a manufacturing unit, so all the expenses till we produce anything, like starting from the opening stock, we purchase any raw material and we give wages to the workers. Carriage inward means key when we are bringing or when we are ordering anything and some raw material is coming towards us through any transportation, so it is called carriage. And inward means the stock is coming towards our premises. And factory expenses are the other factory expenses, like factory rent and factory lighting, power. These are the direct expenses, and we can say directly related to production. And in the credit side, we will record all the incomes and gains according to the rule. So our main income source is the sales revenue, sales, which is called revenue in accounting. And at last, we will record closing stock. Closing stock means the stock which is left at the end of the year. And opening stock is the stock which was left in the previous year, which was the balance stock in the previous year, and that was the closing balance of previous year, and that is considered as the opening stock of this current year. So this completes our trading account. Okay, before this, we will discuss the gross profit part or gross loss part. Gross term means that this is not the final profit or final loss. Gross means it is a loss or profit after just adding all the incomes and deducting all the expenses, which are not the all expenses. These are just the direct expenses. So adding the total incomes like sales and closing stock and deducting all the direct expenses, we get some, if the difference comes in the left hand side, we will call it gross profit. So it is a profit, but still more expenses and losses are to be recorded. So that is why we write gross profit. The gross term means this is not the final amount. Some more adjustments are to be made. Then we will transfer this gross profit on the right hand side of profit and loss account, because when we end this trading account, we continue the profit and loss account, and gross profit is transferred to the opposite side. Let me clear a few things. It's messing up. So this is the total 1 lakh, which I just considered an amount, some amount assumed 1 lakh as a total. And total means when a ledger is closed, so we write the total at the end, and another account, profit and loss account, after this, it will continue. Just a second, let me see. Then after calculating the gross profit is transferred to the profit and loss account. From one side, if the balance comes in the left hand side, again when it will transfer to the other account, it will transferred in the opposite side. So the balance was in the left side, but it will transfer to the right hand side. If it would be a gross loss, then gross loss is calculated in the right side, but it will transfer in the left side of profit and loss account. So in this way, we transfer one balance of account to the other account. Then we will continue. The gross profit is written at first, and then we will record other incomes and expenses as per the rules. All incomes in the credit side and all expenses and losses in the debit side, left side. So after gross profit, I will write all the incomes, that is interest on investment, discount received, commission received, rent received. And in the left hand side, I will write all the expenses. Expenses means salaries, administration expenses, selling, distribution expenses, printing and stationery, traveling expense, advertisement, repair and maintenance, discount allowed, bad debts. Bad debts, I told you yesterday that bad debts are the debtors which are bad for us now. That means they are not paying us our money. We sold them our goods on credit, but they are incapable of paying the amount. So we have recorded them as a loss to our company. So after that, we have more expenses: office rent paid, commission paid, interest on borrowings. All expenses are recorded in the debit side, means left hand side, and all the incomes are recorded in the right hand side. And again, we will left with some balancing amount, which will be the net amount. Net means this is the final amount. Either it will be a profit and or it will be a loss. It is as simple as when we if I will calculate all my incomes, if I put a simple formula, add all my incomes, add my sales, deduct all my expenses, deduct all my losses. This bracket means something is deducted. In accounting, we use bracket for negative values. So sales and incomes are added and expenses and losses are deducted. If the amount is a positive amount, it will be called as a profit. And if it is a negative amount, so it will be called as a loss. So we don't use this format for accounting because accounts have some principles and some standard methods to record. So we use a standard method, as you can see in this screen. So, and I've already sent you a printed format in the PDF form in your group, so you can see that also. I've sent you,
Okay, sir.
right. So these all are the expenses, and we have calculated at last net profit or net loss. Net means final. Okay, it will close our profit and loss account. And after this, when we get a loss or a profit, suppose we are getting a profit, net profit, so we will transfer this net profit to our balance sheet. So now this is a balance sheet. First, let me complete this part, then I'll explain few things about these both statements. This is balance sheet. Balance sheet, it is consist of only assets and liabilities. All the expenses, losses, incomes, and gains were to be recorded in profit and loss account and trading account, and all the assets and liabilities are recorded in the balance sheet. So balance sheet may first of all we will write capital. Capital is the same thing which we discussed in the first day. If there is a net profit which we received from profit and loss account, we will add it. And if we get loss from the net from the profit and loss account, so we will deduct it. And apart from this, if we have drawings, drawings means is does anyone remember what was drawings? I discussed this part also while I was discussing basic terms of accounting. So I told you drawings was something.
Drawing is the expense that we, matlab, amount that we uh, take out from the capital for expenses, for daily routine expenses.
Uh, no, not completely correct. It is the amount which is withdrawn, but not for the daily expenses. It is
हाँ
withdrawn for personal expenses.
हाँ
Suppose
हाँ
I am
पर्सनल
owner.
हाँ
Yeah. Suppose I am owner of my business, so I am
हम्म
withdrawing some amount for my personal household
ओके
expenses. So that
ओके
it will consider as drawing, right?
ड्राइंग पर्सनल एक्सपेंस आएगा
हाँ,
डेली मतलब वही एक्चुअली वो ये था ना कि हम डेली रूटीन में अपने पर्सनल एक्सपेंसेस जो करते हैं अच्छा डेली रूटीन
हाँ,
डिफरेंट आ जाएगा पर्सनल एक्सपेंस ही लिखना पड़ेगा
हाँ.
उसको
डेली रूटीन मीन्स कि आप अपने बिजनेस के डेली एक्सपेंसेस मीट कर रहे हो.
अच्छा ओके ओके
हाँ,
पर्सनल में पर्सनल आ जाएगा
पर्सनल
ओके
पर्सनल मीन्स कि आउट ऑफ बिजनेस.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक
हाँ
है
जी.
ओके
Uh, then in the left hand side we have recorded all the non-current capital and then non-current liability and current liabilities. The terms are already discussed in the first and second day. And in the right hand side I will write all the assets starting from non-current assets. Non-current assets have tangible, intangible. Like tangible, the things which we can see or touch physically, which are accessible, yeah, existence. And examples are land, building, plant, machinery. And intangible means goodwill or patents or software, computer software. These are the intangible assets. And non and current assets are, as we have already discussed. So I've already written here. So the final thing about this balance sheet is that there is no balancing figure here. The left hand side and the right hand side should be equal automatically. I will not calculate any balancing amount in the same way like I was calculating a balancing amount in the trading and profit and loss account. But in this balance sheet, there is no balancing figure. It equates automatically. So this is the accounting part of trading and profit and loss account. So, and collectively we call these statements financial statements. We have more uh, things to be discussed in financial statements, but in a single if I'll say that if a small business, for a small business, these statements are called final statements. If you are not aware about the accounting or you're not from the commerce background, so I'll simply say that whatever we are doing in the whole year, we are recording every day, every transaction, but at the end of the year, we need to conclude those transactions so that end of the year we may um, reach to some particular conclusion that what are we doing and what we have to do in future and what we have to plan accordingly, that are we lacking somewhere or we are achieving something or we need to grow or we need to be here. Whatever is the decision, it depends totally on these financial statements. So financial statements is just like a summary of a whole story. So when you conclude the same way, like if you, some of you must be aware about the statistics and the graph, which you must have read in class 9th, 10th statistics
Yes,
part,
sir.
right? So for some figures, we draw some bar graphs or we draw some line graphs. So these are the presentations which through which management can see and they can understand the picture. So through this picture, they don't have to go to all the digits. They have to just identify that whether the graph is rising or falling. In the same way, this is a kind of graph which we conclude here so that the management can take decision accordingly, because this is not ending process. Every year we make this, and from the next day when our next year starts, we again start recording the daily transactions, and again at the end of the year we again conclude those transactions into financial statements. So financial statements enables the management to go through these things so that they can understand what is the clear picture about our business, that are we performing good or we need to work more, right? So there are more things about financial statements. There are some theoretical concepts which we need to discuss, because you have those topics in the syllabus also. So before going to the other part, I will discuss few points about these theoretical points, concepts of these financial statements, and then I will give you a practical problem. I will teach you how to solve these, prepare these financial statements from another data, the data which we have, and then we will transfer that data in these two, profit and loss and balance sheet, and we will complete these statements. So before that, I'll just take your 10 minutes about the theoretical part of these financial statements. So first of all, financial statements, as I told you that financial statements are like, the other term for financial statements is final accounts. Final means when we are closing our year, all the transactions which we were recording every day, because we cannot remember all the transactions, so we need to record it, and then for every transaction we conclude something, we summarize everything, and then we present into some particular picture in the form of financial statement. So these financial statements enables the management to understand the performance of the enterprise or business firm. Okay, let me see more topics what we have to discuss related to your syllabus of financial statements. There are some features. First of all, I'll tell you a simple thing that if we are running a company and we have some users. Users means that if someone is interested in our company, or if some person has some interest in our company due to their, maybe they have invested any money in our company, maybe they have given goods or raw material on credit to us, maybe they are the investors, or maybe they are the employees, or they are government. These all are the users of financial statements. Users means ki, if suppose I'm investing my money in some company, so I have a right to see where my money is going, and am I going to invest in the company where I'm going to get some profit or not. So who are users of financial statements? Users means who have right to look into our financial statements. Employees, managers, these are the insiders who are within our organization. There are some outsiders who have right to see our financial statements. First of all, government, because we are recording, we are maintaining our own accounts. We know that we are doing all the things faithfully. We are recording everything uh, without any fake data or anything which is not true. We know that we are doing it honestly, but government needs some proof for that. So we have a data, we have auditors. So government checks that whether if we are doing a business, we are spending a lot of money, we are earning a lot of money, so we are liable to pay taxes to the government also. So government needs to know that how much money we are earning. So are we paying a proper tax or we are hiding something from government? So they need to see our all the data. So they have a right. So these are the users. Apart from government, we have other users like creditors. Who are creditors? Can anyone tell me who are creditors? If you remember the term.
Those who have taken credit.
Who have yes, to whom we have sold goods on credit. So they have purchased goods from us on credit. Sorry,
Udhari ji ko
I'm
bolte hain.
telling I'm on the wrong side. Creditors means to whom from whom we have purchased goods on credit. So if we have purchased goods on credit, so we are liable to pay money back to them, right? So if they have to take money from us, so they have the right to see whether are we doing a proper business or we are hiding our profits from them, because they have to take money from us. So they have the right, so they can see our accounts also. So they are also users. Other than creditors, we have investors. Investors are those people who have invested their money in our company. So if they have invested money in our company, their money, so they have right to know that whether we are earning profits or not, so that we can pay back their profits. So they all are the users of financial statements. Okay. So after that, we have some features of financial statements. First of all, it should be understandable to all the users. Like, who can understand this accounts? Like, if you do you think that if an employee working in a company, in our company, do you think that all these users I'm talking about, are all these users aware of the accounts? Do you think that all have done accounts? They all have accounting knowledge? No,
So
right? So only those people who have accounting knowledge, only they only can see our account and understand, right? So we are not giving any extra explanation because we are maintaining our accounts in our accounting language only. Okay, I will tell you more thing. What extra we can do is when we record any entry, journal entry. So we use accounting debits, credits, and terms. But apart from them, from we also narrate those transactions in simple statement, so that if anyone who doesn't know the accounting language, he can understand by looking at that statement that what actually happened in that transaction. But that doesn't work because if in the whole year I have thousands and lakhs of transactions, who will find that single transaction and who will take pain of understanding each and every transaction? They will have to just look at the financial statements only, and financial statements he can only understand when he has accounting knowledge, or he has some specialized person who can um, translate anything in his language. So they have right, but they should have knowledge to understand these things. So this is the characteristic of financial statement, that understandability. Like, so it is essential that a person, if he is ready to look into the transactions of or financial statements of the company, so it is possible only if he understand accounting. Other thing is, other feature is reliability. We are maintaining accounts. We are doing our best to record all the correct transactions. So it should be reliable. This is the other feature of this financial statement. It should be reliable. It is reliable when we have not made any material errors or any numerical errors or any bias. Means we are not giving any personal judgment on that. We are going through the principles only. So it can be reliable only when the business is uh, recording every transaction faithfully without any false statement, false transaction, to save itself from taxes. So the financial statement should be reliable. Then only it will be useful for the user. Other feature is completeness. So if the financial statements are incomplete, then they are of no use. If any transaction is missing, if any transaction which is not recorded unintentionally, so it will not give a clear picture of that particular financial position of the company. And other characteristic of that financial statement is comparability. Comparability means we can compare our financial statements from previous year also, or we can compare our financial statement with other companies' financial statements to check whether we will compare only with the same type of business, so that we can compare. For example, if I'm an investor and I want to buy some shares of a particular company, so I will check all the financial statements which they have published in the internet, and I have choices. So before going for the investment of that particular company, I will find out more companies who are doing better. So the company which is giving better performance, the customer will go to that company only. The investor will choose that particular company who is giving better performance, who is earning more profits, because the company who is earning more profits is able to pay more profit to its investors also. So I can compare these statements, financial statements, with many companies. So financial statements can be compared. So comparability is also a feature of this financial statement. So these are the features of financial statements. Then we'll come to the types of financial statements. Types means the same way we have just discussed profit and loss account and balance sheet. So प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस को हम income statement भी कहते हैं. We have in syllabus the types of financial statements which we need to discuss. So the one of them is income statement. So income statement is actually profit and loss statement. You can write it down with you to memorize it. So income statement is profit and loss account. Because in this account, we are calculating our profits or losses. So that's why this statement is called income statement. But there is some difference between statement and account. We are actually saying income statement to a particular statement, not a particular account. These days, we are using another format of profit and loss account, and we write it statement of profit and loss. I will discuss the format of this statement also, because before starting the cash flow statement, we need to discuss that particular part. Right now, we are just discussing the simple profit and loss account, and the other name of profit and loss account is income statement. You can just understand right now. So income statement is the statement where we have already seen the format. So here we can easily understand that we are calculating profits or losses in this statement. So this is why the name is income statement. So it is very important part of our accounting, and before the closure of accounting, this statement is very important to check whether we are earning profits or losses. Obviously, every company is working for its profits only. So to check whether they are earning profits or bearing losses, they have to make some statement, and this is the only statement which is important in our business. The other statement, financial statement, is balance sheet. So balance sheet is the other statement, and balance sheet tells us the particular business's financial position on that particular day. Balance sheet tells the financial position of a company. Because financial position means how much are we capable to continue our business? Are we surviving in the particular competitive environment, or we are struggling here? Will we able to continue our business to some next upcoming years, or we will have to close down our business? So this is the same thing when, for example, if I compare it, like if in the liability side and asset side in the balance sheet, if in the liability side I have bank loan of suppose 20 lakhs. I have creditors of 5 lakhs. Yani I have to pay 5 lakh rupees to my suppliers. So the total liability right now, it seems, is 25 lakh. And on the other side, I should have equal amount of assets also. So if I say, if I have not used this amount efficiently, so I must have used it in some wastage, or I have wasted some money in some unproductive activity, or I have used it in paying off my outstanding expenses or high interest rates. So maybe I may have left with cash in hand and bank balance of suppose 10 lakh rupees, and I have wasted another 10 lakh rupees. And for creditors, if I have purchased stock, maybe we have just stock left with us of rupees 3 lakh with us. So what about other assets? Maybe we have not used our resources efficiently. So what will be the balancing amount here? Something should come here, right? Because the balance sheet should be total on both sides. So if I have liabilities of 25 lakh and assets should also be of the 25 lakh, but assets which I can see is only 13 lakh. So balancing amount is only a loss. I can write it as a loss. I will record it as a profit and loss, but actually it is a loss. So I can understand na, by looking at this balance sheet, I can understand that whether I am performing well or I am lacking somewhere. So obviously, by looking at this balance sheet, I am lacking. So my financial position is not good as per this balance sheet. So this is the way we understand our balance sheet and our financial position. That what we have to do next, what plans we will do, how will we survive here, how will we cover up these losses. So this is what financial management does by looking at on these statements. Okay. So this is the basic overview of income statement and balance sheet. Then there will be another statement of retained earning that we will discuss later on. But right now, I will have to give you some question part. I'll discuss how to prepare a trading and profit and loss account. But before that, I need to tell you that we will have a trial balance. What is a trial balance? See, before every topic, we have to discuss its basics. Trial balance is a statement. It is also a statement which will have all the debit and all the credit balances of our business, of all the accounts which we have. The same way we have discussed our expenses and losses, incomes and gains, they have credit and debit as their rules. And we also have some more things which we need to discuss of debit and credit. So debit means what all things we need to record in debit side. Debit means all the assets, all the expenses. This is the rule which you have to understand and learn also. All assets, all expenses, all losses, they have to be recorded in debit side. And on credit side, all liabilities, all incomes, and all gains, they have to be recorded in the credit side. So we will get a data in the trial balance. We will have few values of debit side like expenses, assets. एसेट्स के नेम आपको गिवन होंगे, कौन कौन से एसेट्स हैं, प्लांट मशीनरी वगैरह सब दिया होगा. एंड लायबिलिटीज एंड इनकम्स, गेन्स, ये आपको सब दिए होंगे क्रेडिट साइड में. ठीक है. एसेट्स, एक्सपेंसेस, लॉसेस ये डेबिट साइड में दिए होंगे और ये लायबिलिटीज और इनकम्स और गेन्स क्रेडिट साइड में गिवन होंगी. सो ये आपको डेटा मिलेगा टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन. एंड ट्रायल बैलेंस का टोटल जो है ना वो भी बैलेंस शीट की तरह हमेशा इक्वल होता है, दोनों साइड बराबर होनी चाहिए. तो हमारा वैसे भी अकाउंटेंसी करने में एक रूल होता है कि डेबिट बैलेंस शुड बी इक्वल टू क्रेडिट बैलेंस. तो टोटल डेबिट should be equal to total credit to avoid any error. So this is the basic rule of understanding. These are the rules of recording the transactions: assets, expenses, losses, liabilities, incomes and gains. ये rules starting from learning when you will learn the basics of journal and ledger, journal and posting of these entries in journal. So these are the only rules which we have to follow before recording the transactions. And again, when we will get the trial balance part, so trial balance mein already we will have these assets, expense, losses in the debit side and liabilities, incomes and gains in the credit side. Sometimes we get messed up question in which no debit credit is mentioned. We have to find out which balance is a debit balance and which balance is the credit balance. So from trial balance, we will prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. And if I'll tell you from trial balance, all the incomes and gains are on the profit and loss account के credit side में, and all the expenses and losses are in the debit side of profit and loss and trading account. And all the assets and all the liabilities, they are posted to the balance sheet directly. तो यहीं से हमारे एक्सपेंसेस, लॉसेस, इनकम्स और गेन्स ट्रांसफर हो जाएंगे ट्रेडिंग एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में, और एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज जाएंगी बैलेंस शीट में. तो सपोज मैं एक क्वेश्चन आपको करके बताता हूं. लेट्स सपोज देयर इज अ ट्रायल बैलेंस. ट्रायल बैलेंस आपको गिवन होगा. डेबिट इज डिनोटेड विद डीआर एंड क्रेडिट इज डिनोटेड विद सीआर. डेबिट का अमाउंट एंड क्रेडिट का अमाउंट. तो सपोज डेबिट में वी हैव परचेजेस. परचेजेस मींस व्हेन गुड्स आर परचेज्ड. तो टर्म्स भी साथ साथ सीख लेते हैं. तो परचेजेस मींस व्हेन गुड्स परचेज्ड. तो जितने भी गुड्स होते हैं जिनमें हम डील करते हैं, सपोज हमारा अगर बिजनेस है, शू सेलर है, तो शूज जो गुड्स मैं कहीं से खरीद रहा हूँ और मुझे इनको रीसेल करना है, तो जब मैं खरीदूंगा तो आई विल रिकॉर्ड देम एज परचेजेस. सपोज परचेजेस आर ऑफ 2 lakh. सपोज आई हैव अ सेल्स ऑफ 1,50,000. Suppose I have a bank overdraft. Suppose I have a negative bank balance. So overdraft is a liability. So liabilities are recorded in the credit side. तो suppose 20,000 rupees का मेरा कोई liability बैंक overdraft की है. मेरे पास cash in hand है. Suppose I'll take it as 50,000 rupees as cash in hand. यानी cash in hand means the cash which is kept in the business, physical cash. और उसके अलावा I have expenses में I have salaries. Salaries are given. Suppose 25,000 rupees की salaries given है, wages given है 8,000 rupees की, क्योंकि ये expenses है तो debit side में आएंगे as per the rules. उसके अलावा we have rent. रेंट में आगे कुछ नहीं लिखा, दैट मींस रेंट इज पेड एंड रेंट पेड इज एन एक्सपेंस. मैं इसको पेड लिख देता हूँ. रेंट पेड, 10,000 रुपीज का रेंट पेड. Another term is outstanding rent. Outstanding rent means due. Outstanding means due. So the amount which is not paid is considered as a liability. तो liabilities are recorded in the credit side. Suppose 2,000 rupees का rent अभी भी due है, पे करने के लिए पे नहीं किया. उसके अलावा we have factory expenses. Factory expenses यानी कि factory rent हो सकता है, factory lighting हो सकती है. Because we have 2 different accounts. One is trading, one is profit and loss. तो ट्रेडिंग के एक्सपेंसेस अलग ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में जाएंगे एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस के एक्सपेंसेस प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में जाएंगे. फैक्ट्री एक्सपेंस हमारे पास है, और एक्सपेंस कोई भी हो, ट्रेडिंग क्यों या प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस एक्सपेंस, तो एक्सपेंस रहेगा तो उसका रूल रहेगा डेबिट साइड. तो सपोज वी हैव अ फैक्ट्री रेंट और फैक्ट्री लाइटिंग ऑफ रुपीज 15 या 16,000 रुपीज. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस वी हैव sales, तो शायद I have already written. Opening stock. Opening stock है हमारे पास 35,000 रुपीज का. उसके अलावा we have advertisement expenses we have of 11,000. We have discount allowed, we have discount received. डिस्काउंट अलाउड इज डिस्काउंट गिवन बाय अस टू आवर कस्टमर्स. तो वो लॉस है तो सपोज हम 1,000 रुपीज का डिस्काउंट दिया. सपोज डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड, हमने कुछ परचेज किया और हमें कोई डिस्काउंट किसी सेलर से मिल गया, तो वो रिसीव हमें हमारा गेन है. तो सपोज 2,000 रुपीज का हमारा डिस्काउंट रिसीव हो गया. और मैं रैंडमली वो टर्म्स यूज कर रहा हूँ जो हमारे अभी अकाउंट्स में आने वाली हैं. उसके अलावा मैं कोई एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज, सपोज मैं कैपिटल भी मेंशन कर देता हूँ. कैपिटल वी हैव ऑफ अराउंड 3 लाख रुपीज. ठीक है. देन वी हैव मशीनरी ऑफ रुपीज 80,000. वी हैव लैंड ऑफ सपोज 5 लाख. देन वी हैव bank loan of suppose 2,50,000. अभी ये रैंडमली मैंने टोटल चेक नहीं किया, बट मान लेते हैं कि टोटल हमारा बराबर हो गया. तो अब हमें क्या करना, वी नीड टू जस्ट लुक इनटू दिस ट्रायल बैलेंस एंड देन वी हैव टू जस्ट पुट फाइंड आउट दी ट्रांजैक्शंस. और नीचे ट्रायल बैलेंस क्लोज होने के बाद यहाँ पे दिया होगा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक अलग से बाहर. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक यानी कि स्टॉक एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर, वो हमें गिवन होगा. सपोज वो है, हमने ओपनिंग स्टॉक कितने का लिया है, 35,000 का. सपोज क्लोजिंग स्टॉक हमारे पास बच गया 50,000 रुपीज का. अब हम क्या करेंगे, अब अपनी स्टेटमेंट बनाएंगे. अब हम लोग ट्रेडिंग इन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट बनाते हैं. डेबिट साइड का कॉलम, क्रेडिट साइड का कॉलम. तो हमारे फॉर्मेट के हिसाब से हम लोग पहले ओपनिंग स्टॉक रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. यहाँ पे ओपनिंग स्टॉक हमारा जो भी ऊपर ट्रायल बैलेंस में गिवन है हम लिख देते हैं. यहाँ से ओपनिंग स्टॉक कहाँ है हमारे पास, ये रहा. ओपनिंग स्टॉक है हमारा 35,000 का, यहाँ से उठाएंगे और 35,000 रुपीज का ओपनिंग स्टॉक रिकॉर्ड कर देंगे. फिर हम देखते हैं और क्या क्या चीज है. देखो पहले हम लोग फाइंड कर लेते हैं हमारे पास ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के कौन कौन से एक्सपेंस और इनकम्स हैं. हमारे पास सेल्स है, हमारे पास परचेजेस है. तो 2 लाख की परचेज है, 150 की सेल है. परचेजेस हैं 2 लाख, सेल्स है 1,50,000. उसके अलावा देख लेते हैं और क्या है. तो मैं मार्क कर देता हूँ, ये है ट्रेडिंग का, ये है ट्रेडिंग का, ये है बैलेंस शीट का, ये है बैलेंस शीट का, ये सैलरीज हैं प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, वेजेस हैं ट्रेडिंग. तो ट्रेडिंग बना रहे हैं हम लोग, यहाँ लिखेंगे वेजेस. वेजेस का अमाउंट कितना था 8,000 रुपीज. ऐसे ही रेंट पेड, ये है प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. अगर रेंट लिखा है तो रेंट ये सिर्फ होगा हमारे ऑफिस का, तो वो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में ही जाएगा. जब तक फैक्ट्री मेंशन नहीं है हम लोग उसको फैक्ट्री कंसीडर नहीं करेंगे. आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट ये लायबिलिटी है, बैलेंस शीट में जाएगी. फैक्ट्री एक्सपेंस ये है ट्रेडिंग के, तो फैक्ट्री एक्सपेंस डाल देते 16,000 रुपीज के. अदर फैक्ट्री एक्सपेंसेस और कौन से हैं, ओपनिंग स्टॉक हमने डाल दिया है, ये भी ट्रेडिंग का है. एडवर्टाइजमेंट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का है. डिस्काउंट अलाउड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का है. डिस्काउंट रिसीव प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का है. कैपिटल बैलेंस शीट का है. मशीनरी, लैंड, बैंक लोन सब बैलेंस शीट के हैं. तो देख लेते हैं, हमारे पास सेल्स है यहाँ पे और क्लोजिंग स्टॉक दिया हुआ है. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक है 50,000 रुपीज का. तो सपोज 150 कर देता हूँ क्योंकि एक ग्रॉस लॉस होने वाला है, तो मैं अमाउंट चेंज कर देता हूँ 1,50,000 रुपीज का क्लोजिंग स्टॉक। रुको, वन फिफ्टी का नहीं, मैं यहाँ पे सेल्स अमाउंट चेंज कर देता हूँ। सपोज सेल्स है हमारी, यहाँ पे सेल्स कितने की दिखाई मैंने, सेल्स यहाँ दिखा दी है मैंने 150 की। हम इसकी चेंज कर देते हैं, इसको हम लोग 2,80,000 रुपीज की सेल्स कर देते हैं। तो 2,80,000 रुपीज की 80,000, इससे क्या होगा, हमारे पास एक बैलेंसिंग अमाउंट आएगा जो कि है ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट। वो कैसे पता लगा, क्योंकि हम लोग बस देख रहे हैं कि इनकम साइड बड़ी है, एक्सपेंसेस कम है, तो ज्यादा इनकम में से एक्सपेंसेस माइनस करके जो बैलेंसिंग फिगर बचेगी वो बचेगी मेरी ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट। वो ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट जहां पे जो भी आएगा, मैं क्या करूंगा, जैसे 2,80,000 प्लस 50,000 क्रेडिट साइड के अमाउंट को टोटल को कर देते हैं। ये 3,30,000 रुपीज का टोटल हो गया, तो मुझे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में भी 3,30,000 लिखना है क्योंकि दोनों साइड बड़ा वाला अमाउंट आएगा। अब मैं अपने डेबिट साइड के एक्सपेंस सारे देख लेता हूँ कितने हो गए हैं। ये टोटल इनकम में से माइनस करूंगा, एक अमाउंट आ जाएगा। तो इट इज 2,16,000 और 824, 2,24,000 and 35, 2,59,000, 3,30,000 में से 2,59,000 रुपीज के मेरे हो गए हैं एक्सपेंसेस। तो ₹71,000 का मेरा जो है ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट आ गया। अभी जल्दी जल्दी मैं कैलकुलेशन कर लिया है। अभी सपोज कोई गलती भी होगी तो कोई बात नहीं, छोड़ देते हैं। तो ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट इज 71,000। अब ये ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट क्या होगा, मैं इसको ट्रांसफर कर दूंगा प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में। फिर मैं प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट के जितने भी ट्रांजेक्शन है उनको मैं इसको एक्सटेंड कर दूंगा। बस अब मुझे कुछ नहीं करना, मुझे ये लाइंस को, मार्जिन को एक्सटेंड कर देना है, क्योंकि ट्रेडिंग एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट तो मैं ऊपर ही लिख चुका हूँ हेडिंग में, मुझे अलग से दोबारा लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है। मुझे क्या करना है, सिंपली ये ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट को यहाँ ट्रांसफर करना है। यहाँ लिखूंगा ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट, और जो भी 71,000 रुपीज का ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट था उसको ट्रांसफर कर दूंगा। फिर मैं अपने ट्रायल बैलेंस पे देखूंगा कौन कौन सी प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की मेरी टर्म्स हैं। उसमें सैलरी है, रेंट है, तो सैलरी लिख लेते हैं, रेंट भी लिख लेते हैं, 21,000 और 10,000। अब क्योंकि वो एक्सपेंस है तो सैलरीज 25,000, रेंट 10,000। उसके अलावा और क्या क्या है हमारे पास, एडवर्टाइजमेंट है, डिस्काउंट अलाउड, डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड, एडवर्टाइजमेंट, डिस्काउंट अलाउड, डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड। ये अमाउंट चेक कर लेते हैं कितने आ रहे हैं। Advertisement is 11,000, discount allowed is 1,000 and 2,000. और कुछ एक्सपेंस आई सपोज नहीं बचा, क्योंकि प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की इतनी ही टर्म्स थी। तो अब क्या करेंगे, बस फिर से हम इसका टोटल करेंगे, दोनों साइड का टोटल चेक करेंगे। टोटल सिर्फ यहीं से देखा जाएगा, ऊपर वाला टोटल अब कंसीडर नहीं होगा, वो क्लोज हो चुका है। 71,000 प्लस 2,000 इज 73,000। 73,000 क्योंकि वो दिख रहा है, क्योंकि लेफ्ट साइड का टोटल जो है वो एक्सपेंसेस और लॉसेस कम है। तो ये टोटल कर लेते हैं, 25 प्लस 10 35, 35 45 एंड 47,000 रुपीज के एक्सपेंसेस हो रहे हैं, और 73,000 रुपीज की टोटल हमारे पास प्रॉफिट्स है। तो माइनस करके हमारे पास जो 13 में से 7 गया 6 एंड 6 में से 4 गया 2, 26,000 रुपीज का बैलेंसिंग अमाउंट बच रहा है हमारे पास। टोटल इनकम्स में से टोटल एक्सपेंसेस हटा दिए मैंने, माइनस कर दिया, तो मेरे पास बचा 26,000 रुपीज, जो कि है हमारा नेट प्रॉफिट। ये नेट प्रॉफिट 26,000 का जो अब बच गया है, इट विल बी कैरिड इन बैलेंस शीट। मैं यहाँ दोनों साइड टोटल दोनों का लिख देता हूँ। ये टोटल हो गया, तो इसके बाद मेरा ये प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट भी क्लोज हो गया। अब मुझे क्या करना है, अब मुझे बनानी है बैलेंस शीट। बैलेंस शीट में मेरी एक होगी लायबिलिटी साइड, अमाउंट का कॉलम होगा, एक होगी एसेट साइड और अमाउंट का कॉलम होगा। अब मेरी बैलेंस शीट, जनरली हमारी बैलेंस शीट अपने आप इक्वल आनी चाहिए, बट इस बार वो शायद इक्वल ना आए, क्योंकि मेरा ट्रायल बैलेंस भी अभी तक मैंने चेक नहीं किया वो इक्वल है या नहीं है। ट्रायल बैलेंस का इक्वल होना जरूरी है, तभी हमारा आंसर भी मैच करता है। तो अब मुझे क्या करना है, सिंपली मुझे अपने ट्रायल बैलेंस में फिर जाना है और मुझे जितने भी एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज है बस उनको उठाकर रिकॉर्ड कर देना है। बट मेरा पहला फॉर्मेट क्या था, कैपिटल में मुझे ऐड करना होता है नेट प्रॉफिट। अगर ड्राइंग्स होती हैं तो मैं उसको माइनस कर देता हूँ। मेरे क्वेश्चन में भी मैंने ड्राइंग्स नहीं ली तो वो स्किप हो गया, तो कोई बात नहीं, हम लोग उसको फिर कर लेंगे आगे। कैपिटल में नेट प्रॉफिट अगर है तो ऐड कर देते हैं। कैपिटल कितनी है हमारी कैपिटल है
सर स्क्रीन नहीं आ रही है आपकी ना?
स्क्रीन, अच्छा, शेयरिंग,
सर ये ना बहुत ज्यादा हो गया, मेरे को तो आधी चीजें समझ भी नहीं आई।
अच्छा, अब एक काम करते हैं, एक आप सिर्फ अपने जो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट और बैलेंस शीट के फॉर्मेट पे फोकस करो, ठीक है ना। वो पहले वो लर्न करना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर वो लर्न हो गया उसके बाद तो सिर्फ क्या करना है, एक्सपेंसेस के प्लेस पे एक्सपेंस पुट करना है, इनकम की प्लेस पे इनकम पुट करनी है और एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज की प्लेस में एसेट्स और लायबिलिटी पुट करनी है। प्रॉफिट और लॉस निकलना ना निकलना वो प्रैक्टिस के ऊपर है, वो लास्ट का पार्ट है। हमें पहले फॉर्मेट पे फोकस करना है। वी डोंट हैव टू गो ऑन द करेक्ट आंसर। हमें बस ये देखना है कि हमारे एक्सपेंसेस और हमारी इनकम्स, पहले तो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि एक्सपेंसेस क्या होते हैं, इनकम्स क्या होती हैं, लॉसेस क्या होते हैं, गेन्स क्या होते हैं, एसेट्स क्या होते हैं, लायबिलिटीज क्या होती हैं। अगर मुझे ये चीजें समझ में आ गई, ये टर्म्स अगर मुझे समझ में आ गई, तो आई विल बी एबल टू पुट दीज ऑल टर्म्स इन देयर पर्टिकुलर प्लेस, उनके करेक्ट प्लेस पे डलेगा। पहले सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट वही चीज है, ठीक है ना। तो मैं ये नहीं करूंगा कि अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा तो मैं जबरदस्ती उसको घोट के पिला दूंगा, वो नहीं होगा। ये आपको धीरे धीरे ही करना है। तो आप आज क्या करोगे, सिर्फ गो थ्रू दीज, बिकॉज मैंने आपको एक पीडीएफ भेजा हुआ जिसमें ट्रेडिंग एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट का फॉर्मेट भी भेजा हुआ है ना। उसको आप बस एक बार रीड करो और मैं कुछ प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस आपको भेजता हूँ उसमें कल मॉर्निंग में। उसको सिर्फ आइडेंटिफाई करो कि कौन सा एक्सपेंस है, कौन सा एसेट है। कई बार क्या होता है, एक्सपेंस और एसेट को समझने में कंफ्यूजन होती है, तो पहले वो छोटी छोटी चीजें भी समझनी जरूरी है, फिर तभी हम लोग उसको उसकी जगह में डाल पाएंगे, है ना। फिर भी मैं सेफ साइड में एक प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन भेज दूंगा विद सॉल्यूशन, ताकि अगर आपको लगे कि गलती है तो आप अपनी मिस्टेक भी उसमें देख पाओगे। ठीक है ना। तो आज के लिए फिर इतना ही करते हैं।